Yeah, I've been covering the last couple of weeks with barber tutorials. Yeah, just trying to give a little bit of inspiration to our youth and to anyone out there who's trying to become a barber. Today is our last video, so I'll be going through a full haircut as well as showing some of the covering some of the steps that I put in the tutorials. So yeah, hope these guys enjoy it. Thank you. We're going to be using our boulders and our more senior clippers for videos. Just going to be doing number two in a mid-high 00 fade. I'm just going to cover up all the guidelines first and yeah, work my way up. Cool. Our first guideline should look something like this. Like that, just nice and high. And yeah, don't worry about this whole part here. This will be done later. This is our first guideline. And that's a 00. Our second guideline is going to be a half. So that's your lever open. That's from our how to fade tutorial. So it's your lever open. And we're just going to go probably an inch higher on the original guideline. This part here, the middle line, and we're just gonna go start with again using our wall seniors to start closed, and we're just gonna flick at it. Don't go right up to the guideline. I mean the second guideline, sorry. It should look something like that, and then you're just gonna go midway open, and you're just gonna flick at keep flicking at the line. So as you can see, it's just slowly fading out. And you're just going to go a little bit more out open with the lever. So it should look something like that. Cool. And then we're going to start with our 0.5. So that's our grey number from the last tutorial I was showing you guys. And we're just going to create another guideline open. So it should look something like this. Just probably an inch higher as well. Yeah, that should look something like that. And use our one guard and create another guideline on top of the 0.5. And so that's our one open. And then we're going to use the 1.5. So that's our 1.5, the white guard from our last tutorial. Just gonna go over this part here. So this is the 1.5, and then it goes into a 2. So this 1.5 should blend into the 2, just like that. So as you can see, there's a start part here. So I haven't gone over the top yet for number 2, but I'll show you when I go over for number 2, it'll all blend out just fine. So we're just going to work on just taking up these guidelines here. And this is our 0.5. So we're just going to start with 0.5 closed. So your lever should be closed, not opened. Same thing, just going to flick at it. And then we're just going to open it right up. Just take this all out. It should look something like that. Cool. Now we're just going to brush it off. Make sure that we haven't missed any spots. Now with this bottom part here, that's all 00. So just to cut time, you can always come back last and shave it. So Same thing I've done on this side is what I'll do on the other side. It's pretty straightforward. That's what your fade should look like. Something like that. So that's our high fade. Pretty much it, really. So I'm just going to cover the other side. The other side's the same thing. And then I'll go over the top for number 2 last. So yeah, that's our fade. Pretty straightforward. I mean, high fades are probably one of the easiest fades to do. So yeah, that's our end result. Should look something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll just quickly take these guys through the boxing. So this is our final part of the haircut. Boxing's always last. Never box before or during a haircut. Always box at the end, just to make sure everything's all good. So like I said in our previous videos, start from the middle, make a line out either way. So we'll go to the right side. According to the head shape, I guess. And then we'll put our first guideline here. Now we're going to use this right side as our guideline for the left side. So we're going to start from the middle. So it should look something like that. Once you've got that, then you should just go back, just clean it up a bit, make sure you haven't missed any long parts sticking over your box. Cut through is what we're going to be using for our detailing part. So this is the final part of our haircut. Cut through, always changing your blades. I'm just going to put a new blade on. So these are what your blades should look like, something like that. You can see all of that. Stick it onto a cut through, and it's good to go. Just a wipe your blade down for just part of hygiene. Just give it a nice light spray, and it should be all good. With the side parts, like I mentioned in the last video, not to push your box up past the eyebrow, otherwise you're going to have real problems. So what we're going to do is just going to detail this part here. I'll cut through it nice and light, pull the skin just so the blade moves a lot smoother. So we're going to do it on both sides. And then final part is this part here. Some barbers like to just go from the top down, but I prefer going from the bottom up. So that's shaving against the grain. It's just a lot cleaner and more sharp, I guess. And yeah, and that's our end result. So it should look something like that. And just for our final part, we're just going to run that number 2 over the top just to blend it. And that's our trim. Cool, and that's our final result, really. So that's the end of our haircut, and that's what our haircut should look like. This is your number 2 high 00 fade from Johnny at Heavy Cuts. Thank you. What inspired me? I mean, nothing inspired me really. Barber wasn't one of my inspirations when I was younger. I mean, given how I grew up, I was a troubled teen, and mom was sort of on my case about doing something in my life, and I just happened to pick up the clippers, mucking around with the boys' hairs, and over time, I'm a pro barber now, so yeah. So we're located at 2x7 Reeves Road in Pekarana. There by the corner across the warehouse. It's a really busy intersection, so you wouldn't miss it. Well, yeah, heavy cuts. Over time it has. I mean, I've been doing it for a really long time. I guess you lose interest sooner or later. But I mean, I don't think I lost interest because of like cutting too much hair. I just sort of felt like doing something else. I was interested in doing something else. But I'm not interested in more reason why I'm back at barbering. So just take your time, really. Don't be too hard on your client. I mean, after all, you're a barber, so you just gotta take your time. I mean, you got all the time in the world. As a barber, just take your time, just try and explain, and just always ask what's next to the client. So you just gotta ask every step of the way just to be sure that you're getting it right, sort of thing. Just, if you're wanting to become a barber, I mean, give it your best shot. Like, barber's so straightforward. I mean, the beginning of it's always like, hard, and you want to be the best barber by tomorrow, sort of thing. But, it takes time. It took me, 5 years to sort of get on my feet and become familiar with all these fades and everything else. So, yeah, I mean, you got to be willing to put in that work, to get the results, sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, if you're upcoming barber or currently a barber, all the best. It's pretty straightforward. Give it your best shot. Don't shy away from your clients. Some clients, you get different clients every day and different type of hair every day. But always give it your best shot. Just whether they like it or not, just give it your best. It's all about learning.
So I just want to thank you, John, and everyone that's joined. Hey, you've been like amazing these past couple of weeks. Thank you for your mahi of the tutorial video.